Ani, Bojo, Kwekwe, Tanzi, Scano. It's Catherine and the science advisor at Moonstarlodge. And this Nokomis, this grandmother here, is wackadoo today. I can feel the eclipse coming. I'm agitated like a cat on a hot tin roof. Oh, that's a good one. Cat on a hot tin roof. Yes, that's me. I didn't sleep at all the last eclipse, and it's still, 3 days away because energies build around these things. So I said in the video for the week that I would pop on with a quick read for this weekend. And why? Because, yes, it is the eclipse. It's on September 21st. It's a solar partial eclipse, and it's not visible here. But the energies impact us. Energies go. They travel. It's also autumn equinox on September 22nd at 2:19 p.m. And then on September 21st, on Sunday at 3:54 p.m., we have the 10th moon cycle of Weaves the Web. Weaves the Web is one of my favorite grandmothers. She's also called Grandmother Spider Woman. She is quite a lot like the High Priestess in the tarot, if you're familiar with that. So these are three significant things happening within less than a 36-hour period. They all have their energies. They all have their impacts. And when it's a trifecta like this, it's a lollapalooza. So I've been agitated all day. And then I remembered, yes, I have to speak to this. So, who is Weaves the Web? Let's start there. She is the mother of creativity, the muse, the artist, the creatress, the manifester of dreams who brings visions into reality, the guardian of life force, who teaches women to give birth to their dreams. She is the keeper of survival instinct and the mother of the creative and the destructive. She teaches us how to use our desire to create and bring our dreams into tangible forms, how to tap life force using energy to build, change, or manifest our needs, how to manifest our visions and give them life through our actions and artistic talents, how to create new from old, and how to destroy the limitations to creativity. She teaches us how to work with the truth. There are many, many stories of Weaves the Web or Grandmother Spider Woman. There is a red rock down in the Arizona area devoted to her. Most tribal communities on Turtle Island, which is North America, have some sort of story about a grandmother spider. Some of our communities in the north have monster spider stories in the bush, but this is about Weaves the Web. I was told that she spins her web and touches the crown chakra of each and every living thing on the planet and makes a web that flows out from her very body, as spiders do, and in the creation of this web unites all of humanity, to the animal kingdom, to the plant kingdom, all the flora and fauna, to the rocks, because it is only when we are completely united in this web that we understand consciousness and creation. She is constantly repairing the holes in the web where there is animosity or hatred or war or violence. She is constantly playing with her feet. She plays songs of love and vibration. And I am responsible, as we all are responsible, for wherever we sit on the web, of bringing to this web the best vibration, the highest vibration of consciousness that we can. For whatever I send out on the web impacts a lot of people. If I'm high vibing, great. I'm making life better. I don't even have to know how or to whom. But if I'm sitting in my dirty diaper, upset and unhappy in the world and miserable, that impacts the people around too. But it doesn't just impact people and animals and rocks. It impacts institutions and government and form and function in how we exist in this third dimensional planet. And that was impacted, that concept was an impact from angels. That's why they have hierarchies. Anyway, I've pulled some cards. I struggled with that. I'm a perfectionist by nature, and I will cause myself great grief. But I've got out the Seasons of the Witch deck on fall equinox. I have the Deviant Moon, because that's what this feels like when it's happening like this, these eclipses. And the Relative Tarot, because this is the ancestor time. And at 68, I've noticed a change in, we'd celebrate the ancestor stuff with Halloween at the end of October. And then Owagat, which is the Iroquoian Feast of the Dead. And then that got moved forward to the middle of October. And now I feel like as the world is fighting to evolve, the chick who sits inside its egg and doesn't bang at the shell violently doesn't emancipate itself, and it won't live. And I think that's what the world feels like it's going through for me. So I've asked them to speak, and they have spoken in the 4 cards I'm going to show you. The King of Cups. Sorry, here we go. Who better to represent this, the headspace, the emotional stability that we all need during a season change, a new moon, and an eclipse. That's an amazing thing. We need his external intuition. External intuition means intuition related to the outside world, but also to ourselves. We need his emotional maturity. We need his governing ability to do everything he does from a place of, happiness and joy. So we need that archetype. And it's clarified by this card, which is Toad. And Toad says very carefully here, observe, for those who watch see all. So as jocular and a bit of a vivant that the King of Cups can be, we are asked to sit back just a little bit and observe everything, because we will, in being patiently able to bring in the energies that are changing. Eclipses are about emancipating things that no longer serve us. Let it go. But in observing, we don't miss anything. So this is a conscious act of observing in the archetype of this king. And who better? I wouldn't want the king and this queen in the same room necessarily. This is the Queen of Swords. And she is a mature woman, often seen as a widow, doesn't take any guff, and creates clarity. If the king gets off on a woo-woo moment because he's very Pisces-like, she is all mental acuity and clarity. So she is bringing clarity from the eclipse, from the new moon, and from the transition. And finally, because the ancestors want to be present, we are asked, so the queen is clarified here by ghost whisperer. Be still in the whispers that ebb and flow through the silence. I think this answers my question to the spiritual collective is, are we really going to be inundated with a lot more spirit contact way earlier than Halloween? And yeah, we are. So may we, in our stillness here and in our watching, be able to catch the whispers and the energies of the ancestors that come. So one of the other things I wanted to say about this is we talk about the Nagual and the tonal. This is where we live here in the middle. We live in the place where everything in the third dimension has a label. Car, house, dog, planet. We can see it, we can touch it, we can own it. But on the other side of these two things, this first line is called the Great Distinction. It's a membrane that exists in the universe, and when you're taught to be a shaman, you are taught how to pass through this membrane. And the wiggly line here is called the Great Line. It's a living, spiraling thread of energy that's a pulse. It pulses like an umbilical cord between an unborn infant and its mother. So this is the great all that is, the spiritual consciousness. This is what weaves the web, wants us to be connected with, but that doesn't mean we can't journey. All right, I hope this finds you all well, and I hope that you come out of this weekend with the attributes of the grandmother flowing through you, art, manifesting, all those things, that you're not kept sleepless like I often am. So from Brian and I, give us a thumbs up, like and subscribe if you haven't, and thanks for your support in all ways. Miigwech, aho, peace.